Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Alpha Omega, occasionally sweating like a pig as usual. Today we're in Sukhumvit, along Sukhumvit Soi 4. I'm going to grab a bite to eat. I'm going to show you how depressing this place can be on a Wednesday morning in the low season. And it's not necessarily all bad, lads. I mean, the meal, well, look, just watch the video and you'll see for yourself while I evaporate. Soi 4 Nana is a different animal during the day. Absolutely, but not entirely. There's still some Farangs sitting in bars there behind me, drinking beer at 11:15 in the morning. And sure, why wouldn't they? They're probably on holidays. If they're not on holidays, more power to them. They've got more money than I have. Let's have a closer look and see what's happening on Soi 4 Nana at 11:15 on a Wednesday morning. You know, there's not a lot going on. There really isn't. There's a few people selling food up at the very top, but the bars are open. Hillary 2 is open across the way from me there, and this is what's it called? Hang on, I don't even know the name of this fucking place. Fitzgerald's, that's where it is. We're outside Fitzgerald's Irish pub, and I can tell you something, as an Irish man, this doesn't rate as an Irish pub for me. I'm not saying it's a bad place, it's a wonderful place, but it's not really an Irish pub. The first time I was here in this pub, it wasn't called Fitzgerald's, I forget what it was called at the time, but they weren't flying the Irish flag, they were flying the Ivory Coast flag. And when I questioned the barman or the bar manager, he said to me he was Australian and the owner was Greek, and it didn't matter. So there you go. So if they don't even know which way up to put the Irish flag, how can they call themselves an Irish bar? So we decided to park ourselves in Fitzgerald's Irish bar, in inverted commas. And another reason why I say it's not really Irish, Fitzgerald is actually a Norman name. Fitz means son of in Norman or French or whatever it is. The Normans invaded Ireland long before the Brits did, but there you go, Fitzgerald's. That's a brief history of the name Fitzgerald's. Small breakfast, 240 baht, 2 eggs, 1 sausage, 2 back bacon, baked beans, tomato, English toast. What are they serving English toast for in an Irish bar, an Irish pub? Eggs Benedict, 185, English muffin, blah 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 blah, steak pancakes. You can have a look at this, look. You can get lunch, Greek salad, chicken satay with 3 sticks, carbonara, bacon egg cheese sandwich, and add fries for 40 baht. 269 for a special lunch set, all day lunch, and they've got a whole lot of beer here. No wonder. I'd love to have a draft Kilkenny, but I can't because I'm driving. Anyway, let's go for the small breakfast, or the big breakfast, 360. Will we go for the big breakfast? We go for the big breakfast, lads. That's what we'll do, and we'll see what that's like. So I don't do food reviews, as you know, but there's nothing else to do on Soi 4 during the day. I'll show you after this. Hillary's open, Checkers is open, they're all open, of course they are. But that's all there is to do. Sit in a fucking pub. I mean, if I was single and I was living in Farang bubble, and this is all you can do. I mean, I know you can go to the gym, I know you can go to an art gallery, if there is one here, which I don't know if there is, but there's various things you can do. But Soi 4 is geared towards one thing, and that's money. And that's what I'm sure that's what it's about. It's a business. That's what it is. 260 baht for a large breakfast. I'd love to see how large the breakfast is, because I haven't eaten. Wow. You see, this is another reason why guys sit in bars here at 11:15 in the morning, is because of the floozies. The floozies are everywhere, even at this time. I've been accosted once already. But it's wonderful to be here, it really is. Now that I'm here, I'd love a beer. But God, the temptation. This video isn't just about eating an Irish breakfast. Irish breakfast with English toast. Eating an Irish breakfast in a Irish pub on Soy 4 in Nana. This video is about the experience of being in Sukhumvit on a Wednesday morning. And hopefully you'll see things that you didn't think you would see. But you won't see anything that you don't think you would see on Soy 4 at any hour of the day or night. It's very same as. It's very, during the day it looks very jaded looking. It looks very tired. Obviously, it's like an old madame, During the day, when she wakes up without the makeup on, she looks a bit frumpy and all the rest of it. But at night, she puts on her glad rags and she paints her face and she lights up. That's exactly how I would describe Soy 4 Nana. It's an older lass, an older girl who looks very, very tired. But in the evening, she puts it on and everyone can enjoy. Well, it's been a long time since I've enjoyed being here. And I'd say it'd be a long time before I enjoy being here again. The reason I came here is because I did do a fish and chips review down on Soy 33, Sukhumvit, a couple of weeks ago. And now somebody suggested that I should get a full breakfast. And the reason I'm in an Irish pub getting an Irish breakfast is the difference between an Irish and an English breakfast is just the spelling. Irish and English, they're exactly the same, more or less, give or take. So call it what you will. And I am so hungry. I haven't eaten for 18 hours. How about that? I'm trying to go for the OMAD again. I think 1 meal a day. And if you have the 1 meal a day, you should really enjoy the meal that you have. And I'm really looking forward to this. Anyway, the coffee's arrived. I'm letting it go cold there. Jesus Christ. With 6 jams. How about that? That's wonderful. 6 jams. We have 4 jams and 2 butters. Marmalade and strawberry. There you go. How about that? 2 marmalade, 2 strawberry and 2 butters and a coffee. This is great service altogether. Irish hospitality, huh? None of the staff are Irish. It's like the Irish embassy. None of the staff are Irish. You go into the Irish embassy and speak Gaelic, they can't understand you. How about that? How many embassies in the world can you say that? That you go in and you speak the first official language of the state and no one can understand you? There you are now. Tommy, kind of Skelga got blah. There you are. The coffee is absolutely spot on. I might get another one of them because by the time the meal arrives, I'll have drank my way through this. If this was a Friday afternoon and I'd no commitments, I'd be lashing into the Kilkenny by now. And as well as that, my wife is going away this Friday for one night with her work crowd. But it's not happy days. Well, it is happy days. She's not bringing Harry with her. So I'm looking after Harry, so I won't be sitting here at 5 o'clock on Friday night while my wife's away because I'll be in a cinema with Harry down in Esplanade in Rashida. God, I'm waiting for this with bated breath. So 260 baht in Fitzgerald's Irish pub in Sukhumvit Soy 4, Bangkok. This is what it gets you. It gets you a lovely big hash brown, 2 huge pieces of bacon. That is absolutely marvellous. And a huge bit of black pudding. I don't know if it's black pudding or white pudding the Brits don't have, but there's the black pudding. That is wonderful. And the hash brown, the size of that thing. Anyway, I'm going to get stuck into this. There's a tomato puree. There's all kinds of sauces and salt and pepper and all that, I hope. Yeah, there is. So, let's have a go at this. So I'm going to get stuck into this. And I'll come back to it when I'm finished, because the last thing you want to see me doing is stuffing my face. Give me a minute. I wasn't going to come back to you before I finish this, but those sausages are real Irish sausages. They really are. It's the first time since I came to Thailand that I've had a real sausage. It's absolutely amazing. I would recommend the large breakfast here for 260 baht. Huge pieces of bread, the size of the bread, look. It's perfect. That's what I call doorstep slices. Anyway, this time I will finish it and get back to you. Well guys, I just want to tell you something. If you're wondering, is it worth coming into Fitzgerald's Irish pub for a big breakfast for 260 baht, it's more than worth it. It's absolutely top notch. Couldn't fault it for a moment. Couldn't even finish it. Oh yeah, I had one slice of bread there. Couldn't even finish it. Well, I finished the breakfast, but I didn't finish the bread. Absolutely wonderful. Now I'm going to get I had 2 coffees, so it's probably going to come to about 300 baht. Then we'll have a walk around and have a look at what's happening on the street. At midday on a Wednesday. Do you know something that strikes me from being here? Behind me there is Bunny Bar. You probably see it there in the background. I won't get too close. It's full of guys drinking. And of course I drink. And I drink a lot. But I drink at home. And I drink when the sun is over the yard arm. And I'm not criticising these guys. I sympathise, I pity them. Because the impression that I'm getting of the people that I see, the Farang that I can see here today, this morning, walking along here, they look lonely and forlorn. They really do. When I was eating that breakfast down there was 3 aged European guys, my age or a bit older, and some of them were probably my age but looked a lot older. One of them was smoking, and he looked well into his 60s, and he was smoking, and I'm saying, holy shit, you know, you've really got to have lost hope if you're smoking in your 60s. Like, you don't give a damn. That's the only reason I'd start smoking again, if I had lost all hope and there was no point in worrying about, you know, the ill effects of smoking. But that's the impression I'm getting here. I get as close to Bunny Bar as I possibly can. I actually feel intimidated. I actually feel slightly intimidated here. The only place in Bangkok where I feel intimidated is Site 4, and it's worse at night. I used to make videos here for the Big Picture El Panorama, but not anymore, because the amount of aggression and the caustic atmosphere, especially amongst the Farang tourists, when they see a camera, they get very aggressive. They really do. Anyway, let's keep going. There's the Bunny Bar behind me, and you can probably see what I mean. And this is absolutely no criticism to anybody, but it's when I look at things like this and I realise that after making this video, I'm driving home to my home to pick up my son from school, and you know, there's a normality in that. I don't think there's a normality in that across the way. It's the low season, as they say, and you can see it. There's nobody here. Well, when I say nobody, next to nobody here. Obviously at night it's going to be different, but I came in here with the expectation with no expectation really. I just didn't know what I'd be doing, and I went to get me breakfast, and I thought that was a good idea, and it was a good idea. It's a lovely spot, but seeing what I'm seeing here now, it would depress you. It really would. It would depress you. Well guys, that's a wrap from me. I hope you enjoyed this little look at Soi 4. The real deal, without the lights and the glamour. A bite to eat, pleasant surroundings, absolutely roast and toasting, but I can tell you, you've heard about the low season. It is very, very low. There's virtually no one down there. And it's a lot more hectic here, as you can hear. What the hell's wrong with him? It's a lot more hectic here than it is in Wig Wang. And I tell you, I much prefer to live in the real Thailand and not in this Farang bubble. Anyway lads, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure, if you haven't done so already, click the like button, the share button, subscribe button. Do all those wonderful things. And I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me.